Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have a little collective energy update for you. I was meditating earlier today and tuning in. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Kara, and I channel energy from the divine for your highest and greatest good. Today, the Pleiadians, as well as the Lyran Council, yes, okay, they're cheering, they have asked to join to assist in the delivery of this message today. So, thank you to the Pleiadians and the Lyrans. We have already set the space, cleansing it, with the aid of a little bit of this black tourmaline here, and I also have my amethyst crystal as well. So we're going to begin by going over some channeled notes. Let me give you some, numbers first. So extra confirmation. You may already feel that this is your message just by the thumbnail, by the video, you felt drawn in, but if you need a little bit of extra confirmation, here are some numbers for you. 444, 77, 118, 102, and 33. We also have the number 111. So if any of those, and I just saw 118 on the timer, that's fascinating. 118 is just something that came to me clairvoyantly. I've never seen it before, so that's pretty cool that it showed up on the timer as well. All right, thank you for that confirmation. Beautiful. So let's dive into this message. I pretty much just I went in with the intention of trying to understand the current energy shift right now, because if you're not already aware, there's a giant shift going on. There's a massive transformation. Honestly, part of me feels like the Matrix has been glitching. I keep seeing flashes of light and stuff that I don't usually see. Like, there have been some weird things. Definitely see more rainbows in the sky. I know there's been some interesting phenomena in the Earth's electromagnetic field, solar flares. There seems to be a lot happening, and we're certainly entering a new chapter in Earth's history. Spirit is saying to me now, it's already happened. Okay, I'm hearing you've already been delivered. You've already been delivered. And there's almost this feeling of waiting for us to catch up. This theme of integration keeps coming up for me. Like, I've been realizing lately that all of the changes, everything that's been happening, all of the ways that we are trying to grow as a collective, we have been integrating them for a very long time. And that may be why you feel impatient with yourself. If you do feel impatient, if you do feel restless, if you feel like, why haven't I made the progress in the external world, in the 3D material world that I feel like I've made on the inside, it's because we're continuing to integrate these changes, and they are massive changes. Spirit says monumental. Spirit says Earth's history changed forever. I wouldn't even be surprised if this is this is like a new species of human type of energy coming through. Like, this is massive changes. So let's get into the channeled notes, trying to understand this transition, this shift, basically just where are we a little bit better. And so I asked, where are we? That was my first question. And when I asked this question, I felt a very heavy presence on the left side of my body, 347 on the timer, by the way. The left side of my body is typically where I feel messages from spirit, from my galactic guides, whereas the right side tends to be more grounded energy, like earthly ancestors. So on the left side of my body, I started to feel a lot of resistance, almost like we're avoiding something. It kind of felt like this smoky haze. It gave me this feeling of, like it was just like, I don't like that. What is that? Okay. And then I saw in my mind's eye the tarot cards of the Hanged Man and the Emperor. The Hanged Man and the Emperor. So it feels like we're in this sort of almost this limbo state, trying to take back control. Yes, trying to take back control of our surroundings, of our life. I'm seeing a birthday cake with birthday candles, 444 on the timer. I'm seeing a birthday cake with birthday candles in my mind's eye right now. Spirit says make a wish and don't forget to blow them out. I was called to bring in a candle. Forest air. What's called to bringing the candle here. So something's relevant with the birthday candles. Maybe you work with fire. Fire burns what does not serve. And that's another big part of this message. The advice later on, which we can get into, is pretty much to continue to let go. This resistance, this avoidance that you may be having, we are urged to continue to move through that resistance. Yes, Spirit says don't let it stop you. Do not let it stop you. And I'm hearing your package has been delivered. Again, that word delivered. You've already been delivered. Your package has been delivered. It's like there's all this stuff at our doorstep and we're just resisting it, avoiding it for some reason. Okay? I also saw a bumblebee, like a cartoon looking bumblebee in my mind's eye that was carrying something. And so there's this energy of pollination coming through, busy bees working. That may speak to you. And in general, so a little bit of extra confirmation that this is your message. Tired. You may feel tired. So when I was tapping into who this message is for, right, I got this collective of people who is very, very good-hearted, very kind-hearted, people with big dreams, but you may be feeling tired. And you may still have fear ruling certain parts of your life or popping up where you don't want it to. And there's this energy as well of just keeping on. Like we're this is a collective that is continuing to move through the pain. And you may be feeling dragged down a little bit. You may be feeling tired. And then the last thing I saw was a binder. Like it was a laminated binder, like a bunch of sheets of paper that were laminated in there, and somebody was flipping through it, almost like you're studying or collecting information about something, trying to stay organized, trying to get on top of things. So that's the energy of where we are now. We're continuing to move, but we're feeling this resistance, trying to embrace the Emperor while we sit in the Hanged Man. Okay. Spirit, is there anything that we'd like to add? No, keep going. Okay, thank you. All right, so where are we going was the next question I asked. All right, so we're here. Where the heck are we going? And it's a cliff. It's a cliff. There's no way to sugarcoat that. There's no way to sugarcoat it. There's a cliff. There's some sort of leap of faith that needs to happen. Good news is I also saw in my mind's eye this beautiful like mountain, like we were standing on top of a mountain looking over a valley. Okay, there were rainbows there. It felt really happy, really, for some reason the word exuberant is coming to mind. I don't use that word ever. Exuberant. Abundant, like your dreams coming true. But in order to access that, there was sort of this drop off first. There was a cliff. At one point I kind of saw peeking through the vines of a jungle, like the sun was shining through, but we're kind of in this darkness and we're moving the vines away to continue on. And it came with this feeling too of essentially we're moving into the unknown, okay? New adventures coming. We are moving into the unknown. So that's where we're headed. We're headed for this beautiful new chapter, which exists in the great beyond, right? The land beyond this current land. That's where we're headed. There is abundance, there's prosperity, there's happiness there for you. It just requires you to keep moving through it. And this is where I channeled all those numbers that we mentioned, okay? 444, 77, 118, 102, 33. This is where they all came in. And when I tried to look beyond the cliff, I'm like, okay, so there's a cliff, there's happiness, I get it, but like, can we get more information, right? All Spirit was willing to show me. I think there's some things that are being kept hidden. They're really, yes. Spirit says more than you know. There are certainly things that are being kept hidden from us because it's important that we go through the process, through certain parts of this process without that broader view. Spirit says it will be given to you in due time. Trust the process. If you're watching this, I know you have been working to some extent on surrendering, having faith, having trust. And honey, it's time to lean into that even more. Trust yourself. If you can't trust other people, if you can't trust the universe, at least trust yourself. Okay? There's somebody walking, it's speaking to me. There's somebody walking their dog right now on a leash. And the leash is just really speaking to me right now. It's like one of those roped leashes that doesn't extend. Yeah, and she's just holding it tighter as I looked. She just like shortened the leash even more. So that's speaking to me of this almost lack of trust. Okay, ding, ding, ding. There may be certain things in your life that you're keeping on a really short leash because you don't trust yourself with it, or because you don't trust the universe with it. So the advice is to let that go and to trust, right? When we look past the unknown, Spirit showed me a celebration, confetti. Like, there's going to be so much for you to celebrate if you can trust this process, continue to move. And I also, at that point, saw the star, the tarot card, the star in my mind's eye, which is your truest authenticity, okay? We are all made of stars, and you are a star. It's like coming to know your own stardom, your own freedom. The world is your oyster is coming to mind. The world is your stage. Okay, so back on track, Spirit says. So the next thing I did was ask for some advice. Okay, what do? We're navigating this transition. We're feeling resistance. We have to take a leap of faith. We know there's good things waiting for us. Please, what do? Let's get some advice for us. So, of course, I've already said this a couple times. Let go. Take the trash out. Take the trash out. Spirit said to me, stop resisting the illumination. So there are things that Spirit is trying to show to you, most likely about yourself and about your path. I'm hearing shadow work right now, shadow work. There are things that Spirit is trying to show to you. Stop resisting the illumination. Fall into it. A few days ago, or maybe a week, I don't know, time is weird, but one of the more recent messages that I channeled, one of the main takeaways was that you will be guided. Through the process of shadow work, through the process of letting stuff go that does not serve you anymore, you will be guided through that process. And this most likely for many of us is going to result in uncomfortable emotions coming up. You might find yourself in environments that remind you of who you were in the past, or situations that happened in the past, not good things. You might be finding yourself back in those past energies. These are opportunities for you to, one, see how you've grown, and two, ace the test. Like, put what you've learned to, apply what you've learned. Put what you've learned to good work. If something does arise, like let's say you were in a narcissistic relationship, or a relationship with a narcissist, and you know how to look for narcissism now. You know that you deserve better than that. You've tried to heal from it, and all of a sudden narcissists show up in your life trying to get in, like, whatever. That's an opportunity. It may feel like you're moving backwards, but you are not. You are not. This is your opportunity to overcome that thing, to really show the universe what you've learned, and to show the universe the energy that you are willing to accept in your life. This is an opportunity to practice your boundaries and to stand in your own authenticity. Practice taking back your power. Okay? We're no longer just talk. We're not, what is the saying? Like, all bark and no bite. No, we're not going to continue to just bark. This is the time to bite. This is the time to bite. So stop resisting the illumination. Your Spirit is trying to show you things about yourself. Okay? And then I also got the energy of the Four of Pentacles. So I saw pretty clearly this little vision of somebody picking up coins and counting them. This is coming in as part of our advice. So it read to me as being a little bit careful with your finances, but also like counting your blessings. Counting your blessings. Yes, child. I'm hearing yes, child. Counting your blessings. So being aware of everything that you have in your possession and being grateful for that. Not wanting more. Spirit says the more you lack, the more you lack. It's just a cycle that keeps repeating. So if you notice that you're existing in that lack mentality, counting your coins because you feel like you don't have enough, know that staying in that energy or being in that energy is just going to encourage more of that. It's going to amplify it more. So lack welcomes lack, whereas abundance mindset welcomes abundance. As above, so below. Be aware of these things. I also saw I also saw in my mind's eye a hawk. I think it was in my mind's eye. That might have been an actual hawk. Let me remember. No, I think I actually saw a hawk. There is a hawk that lives in my neighborhood. I had to I had to remember those things. Okay. Yeah, there was a hawk flying above, which reminds us to zoom out. And then the last big piece of advice that also kind of comes with the energy of the hawk is to be proud. Like, be proud of everything that you have accomplished and being proud of who you are. Okay? For some of you, this may not resonate with all of you. This is part of the message that resonates with me. I kind of realized that some of my pride, the pride that I have, like, it's good to feel proud of yourself. But some of my pride is still rooted in fear, as opposed to being rooted in love. And I know this because the times that I feel like my pride is being threatened, that I feel like I'm being compared to somebody else and I'm not good enough or something like that, I feel myself like, oh gosh, I'm gonna that feeling of feeling good about myself, that whatever it is, of feeling confident in a situation, feeling like I'm good enough to be in somebody's presence, feeling good, like I'm good enough to achieve certain goals. Like, it feels like I feel myself starting to get desperate, like reaching out for that thing. Oh my gosh, I need that, my pride, right? So for me, there are definitely some aspects where my pride is still rooted in fear. It's rooted in fear of whatever. I don't know. There's something that I need to examine, to be honest. So that may resonate with you, and it may not. It's okay. If it doesn't resonate with you, it's for somebody else. But if that does resonate with you, the advice is to kind of translocate that. It's almost this advice of, okay, figure out where your pride is. Why do you feel insecure about certain things? And pull it out from the roots and then plant it in healthy soil. Very much the same way that you would if you're making a garden and you grow some seedlings indoors and then you transplant them outside, or you have house plants and you're transplanting a house plant from one container to another. That's what we need to do with our pride. Right now, your pride may be growing in unhealthy soil, fear-based illusions, and we need to relocate it. And it is a process that should be done carefully, because sometimes when we relocate plants, when we transplant them, there's a little bit of shock involved. So be gentle to yourself. Be gentle to yourself. All right. For those of you that this part of the message resonates with, there is some additional information. It came in with a song called "The World's Greatest" by R. Kelly. Okay, a little bit of an uncomfortable song, given what we know now. But the lyrics itself remind us that we are the all. So the lyrics are, I'm paraphrasing them, but it's basically, I am the mountain, I am the river, I am the trees, the valley, the wind, the stars. I am everything. I am everything. And I think Spirit was giving us this song because because the person who sings this song, and the way that this song is originally sung, it does come from this unhealthy place of pride and narcissistic grand delusions. Like, there's this hierarchy infused into it that, oh, I am the mountain, I'm the world's greatest. Literally, that's the name of the song. I am the world's greatest. And so I think many of us, because of the society that we have today, we have been trained to become afraid of feeling pride. We have learned to associate it with grand delusions of, narcissism, of status-driven motivations, thinking that you're better than other people, thinking that you're above other people. And so it feels, the word pride can be triggering in itself, because we immediately think, oh no, I can't be prideful because I know that I'm equal to others. I know that I'm not better than others. I'm not like that. But Spirit wants us to actually draw attention to that. Like, pay attention to that, and don't let that stop you from feeling pride in yourself, as long as it is rooted in love instead of fear. And I think when people are narcissistic and have those delusions that they're better than everybody else, that's the type of pride, ding ding ding, okay? That's the type of pride that is rooted in fear, because your entire identity becomes based on whether or not you can have a high status over other people. Your entire identity becomes based on whether or not you have control over a situation, whether or not you have control over people, and what other people think about you. So these people who believe this, right, who are prideful in the negative way, in the fearful way, it's coming from this insecure place. It's coming from this desperation for power, for belonging. It's not rooted in love. So this is something that as a collective, I believe we need to transmute. And if this calls to you, then it's certainly something that you may wish to examine on your own time. Or with me as well. I'm happy to help you to navigate this. I do have readings open. You can go to, there's a link in my YouTube bio, buy me a coffee. And it's actually linked down in the description as well. So if you'd like to book a reading with me, I'm available for readings. The link is below. All right, yeah. So Spirit wants you to know that no one can take the truth from you, the truth of your divinity. Nobody can take that from you. No one can take that from you. And it is okay to feel proud of yourself. It's okay to feel proud of yourself. Yeah, it's time to dismantle this hierarchy. Dismantle the hierarchy. Embrace your truest authenticity. It's okay to feel proud of your accomplishments. And some of you need to hear this. You have been minimizing your accomplishments. You have been minimizing the things that you've gone through. And for what? For who? It's hurting you. It's hurting you. Be proud, right? Celebrate your accomplishments. It is a big deal. If you were in an abusive relationship and you got out of it, that's a big deal. If you finished school, that's a big deal. If you one of your close loved ones passed away or got really sick, and you are still on this planet, living and breathing after that, that's a big deal. Be proud of yourself. If you're raising a family and you're still here on this planet and you're waking up every day, that's a big deal. Even if you're struggling to get out of bed, but you still open your eyes in the morning and you take a sip of water, congratulate yourself. Congratulate yourself. Don't minimize everything that you have gone through. It's a lot. The life on this planet is not easy. So we need to start being more proud of ourselves, congratulating ourselves. Please, honey, don't minimize what you've been through, okay? You are all that. You are all that, and it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to feel that way, because I know that if you're a heart-centered human like me, then there's a way to have that pride come from that place of love, where you know that being proud of yourself does not make you better. You know that you're equal. You know that my life in many ways is just as valuable as the life of a tree outside that I can see right now, or a blade of grass. We are all one. We are all one. We are all part of the same family. It's okay to feel proud of yourself. And yeah, you can balance that knowing that you're not greater than other people. Okay? So yeah, there's really this big theme of we've been integrating a lot. And ultimately what it's creating is this new identity, okay? New chapter, new identity. It's big. Okay. So, okay, I am going to read this last note. There was one more little thing that came on this thought loop here. So I feel like a lot of us, when it comes to integrating, it feels pretty common to create something and then start to observe that and judge it. And so which can keep us from expressing ourselves. So like if I write a song, that's something that originally came from my soul. But now that I can see it in front of me, I can start to judge it. I can start to feel bad about it. I can start to overthink. And maybe I'll never post the song, right? It stays inside me. It can be the same thing if you create a business, or maybe you created a course or something. And now that you see it in front of you, you're like, oh my gosh, what is this? It's not good enough. Okay, so if you feel like that's resonating with you, then there's some advice here. Instead of seeing the things that you create as a product and as separate from you, see it as a part of you. And I know that might be really scary. I know that might be really scary, but if you see it as a part of you, and you know that you are beautiful because of your flaws, because of everything, because of all of you is what makes you beautiful, light and shadow, all of it. Then you can look at the song that you made, the business you made, the course that you made. I don't know why telegraph is coming through. That doesn't even make sense. But you can look at the thing that you made, the meal that you cooked, and you see it as a part of you, as an expression of you, as something that you created. That judgment starts to decrease. I know that might not make a lot of sense, but I feel like it becomes a lot easier to express yourself when you see that song that you made as a part of you, as opposed to a thing that's going to be judged by society, right? I think we're trained in, at least in Western culture and everywhere that capitalism exists, to kind of see the things in front of us as like, but will other people like it? But will this make money? Will this sell? Does it have potential to go viral? Like, what are other people gonna think? You know? And we start to overanalyze it. You start to see all the flaws. No, it's just you. It's your divine expression, and that's okay. That's okay. It's a gift to the world, just as it is. And if it doesn't go viral, fine. If it only resonates with 5 people, fine. It's your expression, and that's what matters most, is that you are being yourself. Okay, so deep breaths. All right, I wanted to pull some clarity cards. Let me tune into Spirit and the Pleiadians and the Lyran Council here to see what else. Okay, they wish to pull cards for clarity. I'm seeing a flower in my mind's eye, like a daisy or something. All right, we're going to use this deck. It's an herbal tarot deck. Okay, the Little Mermaid. That part. When the Little Mermaid is like giving her voice away. That's coming to me now. She sold her voice for the potential of love. She gave a big piece of herself away for the potential of love. We have the 8 of Wands coming out here, this tall tree. The 8 of Wands is a very fast-moving card. Okay, so we are reminded that things are changing pretty quickly around us. You might be changing very quickly right before your eyes. Allow this process to occur is what Spirit is saying. I'm seeing Winnie the Pooh in my mind's eye right now. And I'm hearing a song. What is that? Da, 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 da. I don't know what song that is. It feels like a little, like a nursery rhyme type of song. Da, 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 or like from like a TV show, you know, I don't know, like a cartoon. We're seeing Winnie the Pooh, and Winnie the Pooh always reminds me of addiction to sweet things. He can't stop eating out of his honey pot, and even though he's this like really, really sweet soul, and honey doesn't seem bad on the surface, too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. I don't quite understand why that's relevant with the 8 of Wands here, with things moving quickly around us. I feel this really a heaviness in my heart right now. It almost feels like this raw feeling of something dropping down on my heart and spreading out into the rest of my chest. Okay, Spirit is saying for some of you, addiction is a terrible thing, but you can overcome it. And for some of you, This addiction with the Eight of Wands may be coming in because this is part of the negative past energy that is showing itself again for you to overcome it and declare who you are. What else? I'm seeing a soccer ball being kicked. I'm seeing a soccer ball being kicked. And I'm seeing somebody throw a yellow card or a yellow flag down. It's almost like it's time to play a game, but there may be some penalties. There's also this energy of just as fast as things come, they can leave. Things are moving very quickly. All right, what else? What other advice do we have? More putting my energy into the deck again. What advice do we have for this collective? What else do we need to know? What else do we need to know? Bringing us some clarity, please, Pleiadians. Wow, okay. So they fell on the floor, which always means like they're amplified. We have the World card confirming this is the end of a chapter. This is the end of a chapter. And we have the Seven of Swords as well. The Seven of Swords. Okay. Top card. And the Three of Cups. That's so beautiful. Community. All right, community, friendship, and celebration we want to get from that. So with the World and the Seven of Swords here, I'm tuning in a little bit more. Okay. So the color blue feels really relevant here. The color blue, throat chakra, self-expression feels very relevant. There's this strange, I'm having trouble coming to a conclusion about what this is. There's this strange mix of potentially needing to defend your new beginnings and also needing to defend your new beginnings, but also like there's this sense of freedom coming in. There's a sense of freedom. There's even this longing, Spirit is saying to me, a longing for the unknown. And I'm really drawn, this cloud blowing wind, I'm very drawn to that on the World card. Cleansing winds, cleansing winds. Oh, thank you, Spirit. So just the other day, I feel like this is a message about the power that you have to close this chapter and to open a new one. Okay. And Spirit says, what you perceive, you will be. So with this wind, maybe it was today. Y'all, time is freaking weird. Either today or yesterday, I decided for the first time, I was like, I'm going to see if I can interact with the wind, get it to respond to me, because I've heard that that's possible, you know? So I connected to the wind. I just welcomed the wind spirit in. I connected to the wind, and then I asked it to start blowing, right? It was still, and I said, start blowing. The second I did that, I didn't say anything out loud, it was all in my mind. The second I did that, I started to feel this gentle breeze coming from my left side, from kind of behind me. Yeah, it was today. I started to feel a gentle breeze. I'm like, okay, now change direction, right? Now change direction. Coming from the opposite way, like more than 90 degrees of a difference. The wind did change direction exactly when I asked it to as well. And then it just got stronger and stronger from that direction that I was encouraging it to come from, which I wanted it to hit my face directly, and that's exactly what she did. So that's a beautiful thing. I encourage you to go out and try that, maybe with the wind, maybe with another element that speaks to you more, whatever. It's possible. Expand your mindset. Anything is possible. You are reminded of the power that you have. And also, wind carries messages, and it's also very cleansing. So maybe welcoming in that cleansing energy of the wind is something that Spirit wants you to know as well. Yes, child. Spirit says, look no further than what is right in front of you. And there's this feeling of shame. Like it's it's so clearly right in front of you. And actually, this is reminding me too, there have been a couple times over the past week where I lost something and I was looking for it, and it ended up being literally right in front of me. Like the second that I'm about to give up, or I'm just like, okay, I guess I have to let go and trust the universe that I will find this thing, it's right in front of me, like literally right there. So there's almost this feeling of you don't let yourself down in that way, you know? Okay, give me 1 second. I have to pause. Hello, sorry about that. I had to pause for a moment, but it was good because it actually gave me time to consider the Seven of Swords a little bit and even look in the book. So the book meaning of the Seven of Swords says stealth. Trying to evade consequences of wrongdoing and attempting to outsmart destiny. So that coming with the world. This speaks to the resistance at the beginning. Yes, it does. Spirit says, open the box. Open the box. Out of the box. So, yeah, you can't outsmart destiny. I feel like that's where, yeah, there's this mix of resistance and freedom coming because we're pulling on that. Okay. And supporting all of this is the Three of Cups, this community. Interesting. Okay, let me tune into that a little bit more. I almost feel like that there's a community supporting you through this, and there's a community waiting for you. There's a community that is going to welcome you. Yes. Spirit, for some of you, Spirit says not until you get to the next step. Like, you're being prepared right now for something, and there's like this whole community of people that wants to welcome you with open arms. But we have to let go of this resistance first. We have to agree. We have to be willing. Spirit says we're not looking for radical change. We're just looking for that one small nudge. You've already got it. You've already got it. It's already in your grasp. It is already there. You have already been delivered. The package has already been delivered. It's one small nudge, and it comes from your willingness. It's like your free will. Making a choice. Okay, let's get... Spirit wants me to pull from this Lemurian deck. So this is the Beyond Lemuria Oracle deck by Izzy Ivy. Okay, Spirit, what would you like us to know from this deck? What would you like to know for this collective? Crystal Keys, number 22. Okay, wow. We have 2, 3, 4 on the timer. We have Ether, which is Spirit, number 11. The Seamless Unspeakable. And we have the Crystal Keys, number 22. This card, the Crystal Keys, has been coming out, and this one also came out in a previous reading. So, oh my goodness. And we have on the bottom of the deck, Home as well. We are headed home. Spirit wants us to know this. This deck likes to speak very gently of very large things. We're headed home. That's where we're going. Okay, Spirit is correcting me a little bit. You are home. It's just about you opening your eyes to that. Spirit says harness your energy. Harness your energy. Open your eyes to the truth. Illuminate what is before you. And I'm just seeing a vision right now of somebody going over land, just like all of this, all of it. Take dominion. Take your power back. Okay. Yeah. Spirit wants us to know with these two cards that the keys have been given to you, that the answers are within you. We're going to read the card. I'm being called to read this card. Okay, I'm hearing the party don't stop till I walk in. I didn't even say it right. The party don't start till I walk in. Don't stop, make it hot. Is that TikTok by Kesha? That's what we're hearing. I feel like it's this little reminder of you are on the right path. Be patient with yourself. It's all in divine timing. You're not too late. It's okay. Okay. Read the card. Something about a freight train is coming through right now. Freight train. That may just be confirmation for a select few of you. So, crystal keys. I'm gonna hold it right here. It says hidden wisdom, potent information, Lemurian seed crystals, seeing your triggers as a gift, awareness of trauma creating patterns, healing the earth by looking at your inner environment, and healing through awareness. Yeah. Healing through awareness. That's so key to this message, okay? Allow us to illuminate the path for you. I forget what Spirit said. What did they say? Stop resisting the illumination. Stop resisting the illumination. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so this card speaks of expanding your awareness so that we don't repeat the mistakes of history. We don't repeat the mistakes of the past. Okay. It brings up Buddhism. Zen Buddhism taps into this. Let me go back. Okay. This wisdom comes through inner paradoxes when we are truly present, awed, in creative flow, or in a state of surrender. It may come as riddles and in the most unlikely places. Zen Buddhism taps into this using koans, paradoxical statements the mind cannot fathom, to bypass traditional understanding and allow spiritual epiphany and a deeper knowledge of the soul to surface. Interesting. I wonder if, I don't know if I pronounced koans correctly. It's Koans. Feels very significant to me. I'm going to have to look that up. I've never heard of it before. But I feel like that's sometimes why these channeled messages don't seem to make any sense on the surface. But I know that they are triggering or activating something within you somehow at a soul level, even if it doesn't make logical sense. Thank you, Spirit. It continues. Key wisdom codes can come to us when we are triggered. They are accessible in those moments when everything becomes more emotional, dramatic, or painful than it needs to be. Here, when light shines on our shadow, we are graced with significant insight into places we can grow and evolve from, although it might take courage and a healthy dose of self-awareness to embrace the wisdom of those moments. It's amazing how much energy, freedom, and expansion come as a result of deciphering these bubbles of information tailored specifically for us. Wow, thank you, Spirit. Okay, so we're really pulling together the message of there may be past things coming up that are difficult, but see these as keys, as crystal keys. They're wisdom keys. If they trigger you in a way that leads to an epiphany, that's the purpose for them. This is part of your technology, okay? And I feel like with ether coming up here, we're reminded that this exists in spirit. It's created by spirit and it's divined by spirit, okay? Anything is possible. The seamless unspeakable, it says. I'm hearing back to back. For whatever reason, maybe because this is mirrored back to back. And also reflecting a little bit of the pace of all of this. The Eight of Wands also reminds us that any manifestations or wishes can come especially quickly at this time. Things are moving fast, okay? All right. What else do we need to add to this message? Transmission complete. So, thank you all for being here. This is all I have for you today. I trust that this was helpful for you in some way. I trust that it activated you in some way that serves your highest and greatest good. That's always the intention that I set before recording any transmission. All right. Let me know down in the comments how it resonated with you. Give this video a like, a thumbs up. Helps other people find the channel. And yeah, as always, peace and love. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of how far you've come. And I know that you're going to do amazing. Whatever you choose to do, remember, you are the creator of your own reality. You do have free will. And it's time to start taking charge of yourself again, taking charge of your destiny. Stop resisting. Let go. The universe has your back. And you have so much support around you as well, too. Okay? Reach out for a reading if that calls to you. You can email me as well. I love you all so, so, so much. Peace be with you. Till next time.